All right, guys, we're now at the fourth quarter, final quarter. Tim, Mike, Bells, take it away.
All right, fourth quarter, y'all. Aaron Hernandez's verdict finally is over. Guilty. He is guilty. He's going to jail for life with the possibility without parole. What do you guys think about that?
Trisha had put something up on the site earlier today and kind of alluded to the fact that maybe society as a whole may be to blame because we coddle these stars and we make them feel like they're indestructible, like nothing can take them down, and that we almost create a monster. I don't agree with that. I understand that line of thinking. I think that this monster created itself. I think there's so many athletes that are even stars that never make it to the NFL, but in their own towns they're stars that are treated like gods, and 99% of them turn out to be good human beings. And then there's so many people who are never treated like stars, who are treated like normal people or like pieces of shit or whatever, or excuse my language, turn out to be murderers. So I think we need to separate the two. I think we just need to say he was a disturbed individual. He deserves to be where he is, and he should never see the light of day, as far as I'm concerned. And it doesn't sound like he will. And I think it's sad. It's a waste of talent. The guy who had a real bright future, but it's just, the guy is a maniac. And the more you read into the story, and the more you hear about what he actually did and the kind of life he was about, it's scary to know that there's people like that out there, in sports or not. It's a scary thought.
Like, the thing about Aaron Hernandez is that it's funny, with a little bit more digging, he would have been, just to further Trisha's point a little bit, he probably would have been on the radar a lot earlier. There were a lot of teams, I know mainly, he was such a talent in high school. He should have gotten way more scholarships than he got. But a lot of schools saw what life he was about, and Florida was one of the few schools that actually gave him a shot. But again, it's not about, when it's a heinous crime of shooting your best friend a mile away from your house and then still being on trial, maybe for a possible double murder, this goes past, we coddle these people too much. I think the only thing you can take that excuse was to explain his demeanor in court. Like, how he was smiling during trial, winking at people, yes, that you can attribute to how he was coddled. But you need to stop there, because after that, there's some deep-seated problems that ain't just about people being on his jockstrap. Like, murder is hard to do. People think murder is easy. It's not. Murder is a hard thing to do, and you got to be a different human being to do it. And it ain't just about how other people look at you. That's just how you were built. That's just who he is. So I don't even care about his talent. I don't even want to remember any play he did. I don't want to remember the man, period. I don't even want to say his name anymore. I mean, he took away one life, we know for sure, and possibly 3 lives. And that's just what he's on trial for. So, I'm just saying, man, it's a sad story all around.
Well,
if I could add a little... Oh, I'm sorry, Tim. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, right now, he's him and his team is, his lawyers, they're going to try to appeal the decision. It depends if the judge feels it's granted. So I don't think this is the last we're going to hear about Aaron Hernandez. But the one thing I want to make is that this should be an example to a lot of up and coming stars, of the potential stars of what can happen if you're around the wrong people and things and things of that nature. Especially when a long time ago was Ray Caruth, and for what he did, he wasn't a big star. He was just an NFL player for the Carolina Panthers. I think Aaron Hernandez is the first major NFL star to be incarcerated for life for for murder. And the thing is now is how teams look at players just for the littlest problem they have. It takes a strong organization to give a player a second chance. You know, it's like I say all the time. If you're a team like the Cleveland Browns, who's not so great with how you handle things, you never, especially with talent. I mean, look at Josh Gordon and Johnny Manziel. You shouldn't be able to touch these players. But if you're a team like the Giants, who would have had their thing with LT, the Cowboys with Michael Irvin, and Eric Williams with the drugs and things like that. When you have strong organizations, you could maybe be able to turn a kid's life around and see what happens. I mean, that's to me, that's the difference. Now with the Patriots, they are a great organization. The thing I didn't get was a lot of his past was bought out from Florida when the murder took place. It was never talked about during the NFL draft or anything like that. It was never talked about. So when the murder came out, all of a sudden they bringing up news about Aaron Hernandez in Florida, and it was a lot of bad stuff. So my thing was, wow, Robert Kraft, that's not like you to give this type of player a chance, but he did. He did, but you know what? Look at the results. They still won the championship. They moved on without it. And, if I'm a young player and I need to get my ass, corrected, look at this example. What can happen to you if you don't?
And I think this is why we need to put it out there that we don't need to remember this man. Because too many times situations like this shape the general opinion of the majority of players. Look, altogether there were probably about, I'm even going to round up, 30 negative cases against the NFL. There are 1,200 active players on the NFL. I don't want to say his name because I don't want people to think athletes think like this. These are good guys. These are guys that came from tough positions. Some of them came from rich positions. But all together, they busted their ass from 6 years old to 22 just for the shot to be here. And most of them are great people, man. So forget that dude, man. Forget that dude.
You're right about that, Michael. The sad reality is, before I move on to my point, when it comes to negativity, human nature pays attention to that. We
don't look to it. I don't like it, man.
It's human nature. I mean, if you look at the dictionary, there are more words to define negative feelings than good feelings. Nature of the beast, and it sucks. And you can have a few athletes in the bad light, and it just shines a bad picture on everybody. But to the point with Aaron Hernandez and the questioning why he, no one really picked up, or why he got so far in his career before his past caught up with him. To be honest, I think we're mainly to blame to that. Because look at it as a corporate world. They took a gamble. You can't tell me the Patriots didn't know. At one point in time, you can't tell me the Patriots didn't know. But they took a gamble. Sometimes hey, the numbers may play out. Maybe he put his past behind him. Because if Aaron Rodgers put his past behind him, they doing good. It may have came out, or when he was in high school and college, he was a gangbanger. But guess what? If he cut it out, he would still play, still make them money, and it'll be this negative thing on him like Lewis.
See, and but that's to further my point again.
This is quick. The fans are the same thing too. Before there was any allegation against Aaron Rodgers, the Patriots are all fine with that. And that's human nature too. Because as a fan,
they paid him.
Mad pass to your team. You can have a murder on your team. As long as alleged and there's no trial, you'll be surprised how much people will be behind Aaron Hernandez if there was no trial.
But here's my thing, Sean. That's not wrong. That's another point. That's not wrong, because there are just as many players who came from real shady backgrounds, may have done shady things, and changed their life and then changed their families' lives because they made that change. Everyone deserves that second chance. And you know, the Patriots gave it to him. That's why I'm not saying his name, because he probably got a second, third, fourth, and fifth chance, and that's what he did with it. That's why I don't respect him. But I am not going to let that shape the thousands and thousands of players who take that chance and change a whole community, bro. I ain't going to let him do that. I
kind of wonder now, looking back on it, when the Patriots brought Tim Tebow in, who was Aaron's roommate, or not roommate, but teammate in Florida, if maybe they brought him in to try to, you know, help him lean towards that way, because they're such polar opposites, you know what I mean? But aside from that, I want to touch on what something you said before, Mike. It really does take some kind of person to actually kill somebody. I mean, there's people that die in accidents, or even a drunk driver, which I don't condone that kind of behavior, but it's not something that they did intentionally, and they deserve their punishment too. But to cold-bloodedly kill somebody, especially somebody who is your friend, to their face, I mean, everybody in this world is somebody's something. Odin Lloyd was somebody's son. He had a mother. He had a father. He had brothers, sisters. He had a family. And to just take that away, it takes something to be really wrong with you. And something's really wrong with Aaron. I know you're not going to say his name, but I don't think we should ever forget his name. I think we should let it be a lesson to us. So I will say his name. Something was wrong with Aaron Hernandez, and we need to let this serve as a lesson so we as a people, sports fans or not, can learn from it and get something out of it and move forward and better ourselves.
He's cold-blooded, I tell you that. And they're not dime a dozen, thank God. Could you imagine a world full of cold-blooded people?
Let's say who knows what a player is doing once he finishes a football game, takes a shower, he goes home. You don't know. You know, a lot, it's you don't know what these guys are thinking about in their minds. You know, it's a lot of incidents have happened in the past, you know, and especially with the guy Belcher from Kansas City Chiefs. Remember he committed suicide in the middle of the stadium, and you know, after arguing with his wife, it's you don't know what's going on in these guys' heads. You understand? And you have to do some real background checks, The one thing I'm happy about the way the NFL is moving is they give you like a one-shot deal. You know, I know Adrian Peterson, Greg Hardy, they were fortunate because they were big-name stars. They were just a pure little example. But I guarantee you this. Let it be a rookie or second-year player. You do a stupid act, you ain't never playing football ever again. This is just a pure example. I like the fact that you're not committing billions of dollars because you're a first overall pick. When you come in with $500,000, it's really chump change. Now they're making you have to earn that money. I think Jamarcus Russell was the last quarterback to ever make that kind of money. You know,
what was it, Sam Bradford? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sam Bradford, $19 million this year. You know, he's not a troublemaker. He just can't stay on the field. But you know, I'm glad that the NFL moved towards that direction where they're not committing a lot of money to these young players. If I'm a young player coming to this league and I know I won't get that kind of money, I have to earn my way to the top. Basically, I have to take advantage of if somebody goes down in front of me, I'm taking that starting spot. I got to bust my ass. My thing is, you know what? What the important thing about this is that I got to finish school. Let me come to school to get my degree. Let it be my fallback in case I don't get that part in the NFL. That's what I like the way. I love the way it's moving. They're showing it. I mean, listen, look at Josh Gordon. He might not have another chance. You know, Johnny Manziel probably got one more shot. He may get traded. You know, I don't mind him going to Dallas. You know, but at the same time, it's a one-shot deal. So, you know, I don't want. Hopefully, no other players go through what Hernandez is going through right now. But it's it was sick, very sickening.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to put it out there. I mean, like, I think the money that these players get kind of overshadows the part that they're just a microcosm of society. There very well may be another Aaron Hernandez. As long as he gets punished and he goes to jail and, God willing, he doesn't hurt as many people, that just is what it is. It's still not a reflection of the entire NFL. Because I just got to be honest. If you really want to put numbers up and really put it up to the test, they're doing better than us as a society. They live longer, they're healthier, they have more money, and most of them aren't getting in trouble. I just felt like I have to take this stance because it's too easy to follow the same narrative that, oh, all football players have CT and crime. No, most of them are living longer than you and me, and they're doing better for their community. And I think somebody has to say it. Somebody has to say, like, hold up now. These are exceptions. These are not the rule. And that's just the one thing. I'm going to take that stance till I die because I see a lot more successful people doing good than I see people like Aaron Hernandez. I see people like Ray Rice. I'm seeing a lot more good than evil, and people keep on trying to forget the good.
Well, you know what? We're going to have to end it that. No, but I have to preach that forever. Because like what I said before, it's human nature to focus on the negatives and not the good. And most of the time, there's more good than negative. Because if the world's full of negative as how we think it is, we're living in Mad Max. That's how bad reality would be.
Just watch the news every night.
It's different. We still pretend. Well, not pretend. We still believe that life is full of negative. But last words.
Well, Sean, there's a question on here. Do you think Hernandez will win the appeal?
Win what?
Do you think Hernandez will win the appeal?
No.
From a legal
will not let that happen.
From a legal standpoint, I think he has a legitimate chance. I don't agree with it.
Give him a shot. If a judge will follow by the books 100%, but a lot of judges, they're politicians too. This is a very, very high profile case. It's a very high profile case.
Let me ask you this, okay? And I'm not trying to get up a different type of subject, but O.J. Simpson, will you say O.J. Simpson was bigger than what Hernandez is going through, or smaller?
I think it was twice as big, and there was 3 times as much evidence, and he got off. So
okay, so see, my answer, I'm going with Belfer. I think he may get off. I won't be surprised. If we all witnessed the O.J. Simpson case, and you saw him get off, I'm not surprised Aaron Hernandez would get off as well.
I
won't be surprised. I won't be surprised.
Here's the thing. There's 2 different things. Johnny Cochran found holes to exploit. There isn't any Aaron. He is. I mean, this into public opinion will always be against Aaron Hernandez. You have to remember, O.J. won with a jury. He won with a jury. There is no jury in hell that's going to side with Aaron Hernandez.
You don't know that, Sean. You don't know that, Sean. You don't know it. It's what's.
I mean, I don't, but I'm making that prediction.
No, I mean, the thing is, Sean, like, it'll be a whole new jury. I know I don't want him to win the appeal, but it's very possible. Again, but here's the thing. I don't know what the defense said. See, like you said, Johnny Cochran poked holes. If his defense couldn't do that the first time, what they going to do the second time?
Look, let me tell you something.
I mean, we'll see. But like you said, Tim, it ain't over.
But the appeal is on the side with the judge. This is a high-profile case. Public opinion is on the table. Their re-election is on the table. You think they're going to take their integrity on the line for Aaron Hernandez?
That's a good point.
Listen.
They're politicians. Judges are politicians. We sometimes think that they're
listen. But Sean,
like justice. They're not.
Sean, are we gonna know who these juries are? After if they was side with Hernandez? No, listen to me. If you say we get new jurors, they side with Hernandez. Are we gonna know who they are?
No. But Tim, but here's the point, Tim. The point is the appeal has to go through a judge. Period.
Okay, listen. Well, you know what? That makes it okay. But listen, that makes it even better. That makes it even. I'm gonna tell you. Listen. Understand this.
Excuse my language. They're gonna
understand this. What was the?
And you're gonna throw in the shredder. That's what they're gonna do.
A lot of judges have made a lot of poor decisions. What was the last case the judge made a bad decision? He was but hold on, Sean. But what was the last? Help me out, y'all. What was the last case with the judge made a decision because he was old, he just retired. But I forgot what case was it. Anyhow,
yeah, but was it a high profile case? Was it a high?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Okay, I mean, you gotta talk.
You gotta bring that
okay. But I mean, like, you know what, Sean? Like, here's the thing, Sean. If you could pull what Tim's trying to say is, if you could pull the one side where most judges are gonna worry about, their career and their politics, it's a two-sided coin. The other side of the coin, it could be an old tired judge that'll be like, well, yeah, it lines up. Let's bring the appeal. When you leave it up to one person, it's all in the air.
And then at the end of the case, they said that he didn't do it, and he was a witness.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's start with that. Okay, he's a witness now.
Okay, so being a witness is not a crime.
Oh, okay, but listen, you're a witness. You didn't do it. Now, as long as a lot of emotion comes to play, where I got shocked, I was so shocked about it. Oh, you just never know. You just never know what's gonna happen. All I'm saying is, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Pick up this at part 2, but we gotta end this show. We turned this into a legal episode of something about football, but we gotta go.
Turning to Law and Order. This episode of 2 Minute Warning was brought to you by Dick Wolf.
Listen, you know what?
Gong gong.
Somebody make me a beer.
Hey, listen.
No mayo.
Hey, listen. I think Munch is on this case. Munch will be there in court.
Oh man, y'all stay up. Hey, buy the magazine. Read it.
But we out.